welcome to Finding Your Frequency. I'm Brian Sexton, and we've got a great show for you today. We've got Malcolm Meeks, who joined us from MJM Music. Malcolm, how are you?
Doing well, Brian, doing well.
How's the music business treating you?
Doing well, man, doing well.
About a decade in the business?
Been 10 years, March 30th made 10 years, and for some odd reason, Q1's always slow.
Yeah.
Kind of, getting over the holidays, and then my birthday's in February, so
Happy birthday.
Hey, I party all
39 all over again?
49. But no, I party like all month, so then March comes around, and then Q2, just crushing it. Trade show season, just got finished with Jersey Mike's trade show in Orlando on the 16th of March. Last week at this time, I was at the Bay Area Apartment Association trade show in Tampa. And the next Tuesday, we'll be at the Apartment Association of Greater Orlando trade show.
So we get a lot of interesting people on this show. So tell me and tell our audience what you do at MJM Music.
Yeah, so MJM Music, we're a reseller of Pandora cloud cover music for business.
Okay. So
it's fully licensed, edited for content, music for business. So you don't have to worry about, like, if you're a business owner, you don't have to worry about the profane language or anything like that in there. You don't have to worry about, like, your staff just changing the music. You control it.
It rolls.
And then also the licensing. That's
a big
important.
deal. I don't know if people understand just how expensive it can be if you're not licensed for music.
Extremely. Yeah, I've seen things where it can go up to about $200,000 per song.
Right.
If you don't listen to Cease and Desist from like ASCAP or BMI. But the artists and the composers and all that, they deserve to make their money. So we take care of all that for you. And then we're also a JBL dealer. So we also set up the sound systems.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and we'll service them for them. We'll install them. And they're just wonderful. And as being my overhead is so low, I can get you an amazing sound system at a very good price. Just like, wait, that's it?
So what do you do at MJM that sets you apart? Why are you so successful in this business at MJM?
Do one thing, do it well. I just focus on the music and I focus on the sound systems. Okay. That's it. When I worked for another company, I started with Moon Media Muzak, who invented all this, but they do a lot more. When I was there, I used to focus on digital signage, and then music and all that was just, I used to call it like, sprinkles on the ice cream.
Yeah.
Now it's my main thing. That's it. I'm not focused on anything else. If you're calling me, I can do this in my sleep, Brian. Like somebody can actually call me and like, hey, try this, try that. I just got finished working with the Jersey Mike's with Audrey Sellers down there, Phillips Island. I'll give her a shout out. And she was having an issue. It wasn't the person previous who had it before was a guy named Chris Brown, who I did, work with him with Jersey Mike's. Guys have 100 locations now. And so it was their amp. We didn't put the amp or receiver in there, but I could already tell what the issue was because she's calling me, music's not playing. I'm able to actually look on my phone. That's the thing with the service with the Pandora Cloud Cover.
You can see the issues.
Through the phone, I can be anywhere. So I was actually out having lunch in a Vietnamese restaurant. And I'm able to look, I'm like, okay, well, that's not the issue. It's your amp. She couldn't figure it out there. Drove there, pushed the button on the amp, free of charge, took care of it. So it's a customer service. It's just the detail we get to. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's second to none, and it's the best.
There are, no doubt. And your success speaks volumes for that, no pun intended. There are a lot of people open a small business. They, pull out a Bluetooth speaker, put their phone on, put it on Pandora, Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the biggest obstacle that you face? Is that people are looking for the cheap way out or the quick way, and not necessarily the right way?
It can be, but honestly, the people I'm looking for, they usually have chains. Like if you're there and you want to do it that way.
So what's an ideal customer for you? Someone's got 3 or 4 more stores.
With the QSRs, I just picked up 6 more Wingstops.
I got you.
Last Friday. Friday we picked up 6 more Wingstops. Shout out to Mo Magic, Cliff Galloway, Justin Moses. They're opening one up in St. Augustine. I just stopped by there. We're putting the sound system in there tomorrow, so go stop by there.
Not only do you provide the music, you provide a little promotional.
I do. I mean, I've got 40-something locations with these guys. I got to show them the love.
You got to take care of your
That's
customers.
it. But
for sure.
Chains like that in apartments, but like a mom and pop, I'll do them.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are like, you might get away with it. But also, when you do the Spotify, not just the licensing, but you can't control what's being played.
Right.
So your staff, they're playing whatever they want to play. What is it? The Sexy Red or whatever, that's what's out there now. And that's completely uncut.
So you're building a channel for them with their music that fits who they want. Mm-hmm. So it's custom for them.
Yep.
All right. We like to ask 3 questions here as we wrap up Finding Your Frequency. The first is, what was the milepost in your life? What was the defining moment for you in your career?
Getting laid off during COVID.
Okay.
Getting laid off in COVID. I was 44 then. And I just, I worked and moved for 5 years. When I was 39, I was like, this is it. I trying to always figure out what it is I want to do. And when that went away, I always had the entrepreneurial mindset. So I took jobs, straight commission, this and that, loved them, because it was like, man, feast or famine, and you have to leave me alone.
Yeah, I like that.
But when that happened, and then honestly, Danny Rosales, another one of my Jersey Mike's guys, he's opening up a store in Flagler Beach next week. But he was like, man, go over to Cloud Cover. And I was looking to go work for somebody, and the next thing you know, they said, be a reseller and do it yourself. And unfortunately, I waited too long and lost two of my biggest clients, went someplace else because of that. But, it was something I always needed to do. I was kind of afraid to take the leap, and I finally took it. Applying for jobs during COVID, it was just hellacious, man. People just wouldn't call you back or da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? This is not what I'm meant to do. So I'm finally, at 44, I finally got to start living my goal, and I love it. I mean, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but wouldn't have it any other way.
That was a defining moment. Was that also your biggest challenge, your biggest obstacle that you had to overcome, or was there another one in your career?
I would say that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking into sales was difficult because I was a restaurant manager. Came out of Florida, was managing restaurants from 23 to 30, and I was trying to get into outside sales. No one really gave me a shot, so I went to Rain Soft, and I sold water softeners for Mike Keck, rest in peace. And I learned a lot from that guy, my mentor, and that really got me into sales, and that was straight commission.
Okay.
And at that point, I was making more money I ever made.
Absolutely.
So that was, I guess, my biggest obstacle was getting into sales. Yeah. In my opinion, if you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah. Listen, you're made for it. Your personality is such that you attract people to you. Final thought. People watch this, they need a change in life, right? They need a clearer vision for who they are and what they want to be. What's a piece of advice that you would offer to someone who says, I'm ready to go and try something? What would you say?
Man, I'm going to steal from Steve Harvey, who says just jump, and Nike, just do it. I mean, at some point, you got to do it, because tomorrow's coming, You can look at something and say, like, I started this business come October 5 years ago. And I can be like, well, damn, 5 years. That 5 years is up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what I did, that 5 years is going to be there. I could have gone work with somebody else, done something else, and then boom, we're still going to be there 5 years. It's like, ooh, had I just done? So you got to just get started, And we say in wrestling, embrace the grind.
Yeah.
You go out there, do the work. It's going to be hard, but do the hard work, and that's how you learn. You go through hell to get to heaven.
Well, as we say on Finding Your Frequency, you're all the way dialed in. It is crystal clear with you and MJM Music. Malcolm, thanks so much for
Brian, thank you, bro.
We appreciate it. We hope you come back.
I would love to with that silver smooth voice of yours.
Listen, that's all I got. I know how that one goes. And thank you for joining us here on Finding Your Frequency. We'll see you next time.